Watching immoral or unethical people win is like watching a movie where the storyline is 100% bliss, fire, entertaining, but when the camera goes off, the entire cast is miserable. When the camera goes off, the entire cast is miserable because they're not actually living the life that they're portraying for the camera. Now, they may actually have the lifestyle. They may actually have the lifestyle that they're portraying for the camera, but what I mean is that you never know what's actually going on. You never know what's actually going on. But we find ourselves in covetousness and in envy. We're looking at people with covetousness and envy, you feel me? Because what they have is making us feel inadequate, but we don't actually know the story. We don't know the real story. You feel me, are being consumed by the movie that we see because everything's platformed. So we're being consumed by the movie that we see, but we don't know the actual story. And that's why you're not supposed that's why you're not supposed to define people by their possessions. That's why you don't define people by their possessions, because what they have does not define who they are. You get where I'm coming from? What they have does not define who they are. There's an internal experience and there's an external experience. And we're coveting and we're having envy for people's external experiences, but their internal experience might not be fulfilled. Their internal experience may not be something to covet or have envy for. They might actually have internal torment. You feel me? And secular prosperity and secular riches. You don't actually know what's going on. It's not the way that you see the movie. You feel me? So that's how I look at it. Is like you could find yourself wanting somebody's life and they be absolutely miserable. That's the point that I'm making. You can find yourself envying and having covetousness to what somebody else has, and they can be absolutely checked out. You feel me? Tormented on the inside. Put spiritual resonance before everything else and you'll be internally fulfilled. You won't have that envy and that covetousness. You'll just be watching the movie.